Good afternoon and welcome to the Problem with Being Awake. My name is Ben, and I want to talk about this scary new world that we live in. And I don't think most people need that explained. Everything is new. We have new politic ideas, we have new culture ideas, we have new democracy, we have new theology, and we have new what I call neo-cultural takeover, which is being opposed quite well now. But what we also have is a very real and impending financial crisis beyond which we could have ever imagined, which is pretty much global bankruptcy. And I think we need to think about the idea of new things being introduced, many of which have caused this impending calamity. China is much poorer than we thought it was. America is going bankrupt and is in more debt than any number of money has ever been mentioned. It's 38 trillion now. And it's rising by 2 trillion a year, or 2.5. So we have a big problem, and it's far bigger than climate change because that's already happened. Get used to it. Let's try and do stuff about it rather than try and stop it because it's already here. And that's obvious to anyone with a decent mind who's watched the news or who's seen evidence of what's going on. So what do we do in this brand new world? Is I think one, we reject a number of principles. So we reject wokeism in its entirety and everything to do with it. We don't, unless you're 25 or less, we don't want to end up in a genderless world or gender neutral world with 100 genders and children being very confused, because that's all that's going to happen. It's confusion. There is no evidence that any type of gender realignment surgery in young people of the last few years, or any type of gender changes that aren't even involved surgery, have any effect on mental health, except the evidence that they affect it in a negative way. So people are more likely to commit teen suicide after gender reassignment than they were before, which is what was the threat of a few major clinics, that they would do it beforehand if not given the surgery. Now it's turned out the evidence shows the opposite. And I think with everything to do with wokeism, with teaching critical race theory to children, with identity politics being put above societal issues and human values, there's been a big change, a big shift, and it's being reversed. And there are some of us who are working harder to reverse it. And then there are some people who are probably not knowing what to do. And my advice to any of those people would be, do whatever you can within your means and within your comfort zone. I'm able to speak out because I'm on my way out of the planet anyway. So difficult to cancel. Some people have to be more conservative in their approach to it, but whatever you can do, even if it's just educating your children, because you can't trust educational systems to do that properly anymore. I mean, that's widely publicised in every world of the news, even in legacy media. So you can't avoid that one. So what happens? Well, I don't know what the future will look like in 5 years, but I hope it will look better than it did over the last 5 years, because I think the last 5 years changed the world irreparably. I don't know if we can bring back or how much we can bring back, but it won't be all of it. And I think if you lean towards the far left, I've got nothing for you. You need to stop doing what you're doing. If you're liberal, as I am, you may have found yourself suddenly on the right wing, going, "What the hell happened there? I was just pushed into the right wing." But things will even out. They always do. Movements dissipate, and that's the key thing. I think if there's anything we can do, it's to stop new movements from taking over old values, because values are what make a human being strong. They give them character. That's what makes a parent. Ideas and beliefs and subjective identity is the play toy of children. So I think that's the key, is don't trust that you can leave your education of your children up to the educational systems and expect them to come out perfectly. It's not going to happen at the moment. There needs to be reform there. But there is hope. So have some hope. Take some action, even if it's small, it's perfect, because you need to do what you need to do. So thanks for listening. If you like it, do the subscribe and share thing. If you didn't, you've already left, so that's fine. Have a good evening.